Hit another 5. That's nice. Ooh, El Gonzo1 just said, imagine if we had all our pictures taken and we had a computer program show us the people we looked like the most on Earth. That is a cool idea. God. Everyone on Earth had their picture taken and then just an AI just and that analyzes all the faces and like finds your doppelganger. That's super freaky. Yeah, I like it. That could conceivably happen one day. But probably not anytime soon. Even more like if it could somehow retroactively, of all the people that ever lived as well, find out who you looked most like. More thoughts like that, Elgonzo1, please. Any more imagine questions or scenarios? I read a really cool one on a friend's blog, which was, imagine, this is going to be hard to explain, so pay attention. Imagine that an evil witch or wizard decides to punish the world. You know, the world here in 2016. And with a click of their fingers, they make everything on Earth return to as it was 100,000 years ago. So, like, everything that humans have done, changed, built, created in the last 100,000 years disappears and the Earth goes back to however it was naturally 100,000 years ago. But everyone is still here. Simultaneously, everyone receives in their hands for 1 minute a note saying in their respective language, you are all under this spell because you've been bad. The only way to break the spell is to collaborate, get together, and build something that looks enough like an iPhone so that if you were to take it into an Apple store in 2016, like an iPhone 6, if you were to take it into an Apple store in 2016, that they would, you know, if the Apple store still exists, that they would believe that it is an iPhone without having to turn it on. So the question is, in this hypothetical situation, how long, if ever, would it take for humanity to be able to build an iPhone again? Or something that can pass enough to look like an iPhone? Enjoy. I'll let you guys think about that for a little bit. Alright, I can't keep quiet any longer. So, I'll let you all think about it. I do have my answer. In fact, remind me in the chat in like 15 minutes time to come back and give you my thoughts, because I want you to think about it. Because a lot of people have a lot of snap judgments and so on about how long it'll take for people in this 100,000 years ago world. Like, and remember, everyone is still living. All 7 billion people are still alive right now. But everything that they've built around them and for society has now disappeared. How long would it take for them to rebuild a passable replica of an iPhone to sometime in the future? Kitten Money Poker, the name of the show I said was Community. And the other show was Arrested Development, the best one. Sanctuary asks, Liv, is it true you bet that a guy couldn't win 5 bracelets in a year and you'd only make 10k with a 2 million of investment or something? No, it's not true that I did that. That was Vanessa Selbst. And I believe the bet was she gave him 200 to 1 or thereabouts on him winning 3 bracelets in the World Series summer in just in Vegas. It was against Dmitry Ivanovich, and the bet stands right now. That's her bet. It's not mine. Miso asks more questions, poker questions. What do you think the best tournament style is at the moment? People who tend to play tight, who make the cash, or looser players who build up their stack from the start, as they will then win outright more often. There's no exact answer. It's all about adjusting to your table. If you're at a table full of people who are playing really tight and so on, then you can be loose and just accumulate chips and push them around. And conversely, if you're playing at a table full of maniacs, then you need to tighten up. That's generally the sort of level 1 advice. I failed again says, I think there should be a wizard permanent curse for twerking. Every time a woman twerks, she would turn into a monkey for a week. A day for selfies. Smiley face Kappa. You high. Okay, you guys have gotten to the question about the iPhone. Cosmetically. No, it has to work enough so that they would... apologies. Yeah, if they turned it on, it would have to turn on, but it doesn't have to have all the functionality of an iPhone. But enough that they would turn it on for a second and look at it and go, oh yeah, it's an iPhone 6. It's interesting reading your answers about it. I don't want to answer yet because I mean, I'm obviously not certain I know the right answer, but I'm pretty sure I do. So I want to let you guys debate it a little bit. Before I spoil it with my truth, because I'm right. Toby EAZ made a very interesting point. 7 billion people forced to suddenly gather food from nature would result in over 99% dying the first year. I don't know if it's 99%, but they're on the exactly right track. That's the thing. You've got to think about what would happen all of a sudden. The whole world, like everything. Like I would be sitting here, I wouldn't have clothes. Don't get dirty. No one would have clothes. Everyone would be suddenly naked. They wouldn't have houses. There wouldn't be, there would be no taps for easily accessible water. There wouldn't be any food anywhere. It would be absolute chaos and pandemonium. Imagine if you're like in a densely populated city, like here in London, and all of a sudden, boom, all the buildings are gone, and it's just all these like millions of people in this small area, like all freaking out. Like it's going to be absolute chaos, and a lot of people will just die immediately because they don't know how to survive, and there's just too many people for the, there's no sort of system to sustain them. There's no food system, there's no farming, there's no nothing. So yeah, as they correctly said, it would be complete and utter chaos, and a huge percentage of the population will probably die off within the first, definitely within the first year, but probably in the first few weeks, a few months. So, and the question is, will enough of the people that have the knowledge of how to build an iPhone will make it, So you've got to imagine, yes, people in Silicon Valley, for example, will hopefully be smart and be like, okay guys, whatever we do, we have to protect these people. But then it becomes like the new currency, right? To say, no, I'm an iPhone specialist, and people won't know who to trust and so on. But yeah, Soulseek makes a very good point. They say, maybe never. How would you go about organizing all of it without means of communication? It would be super complicated to find all the right people who know how to mine things, etc., without the material to write on. Exactly. You've got to, let's say society, so there's the big sort of purge of all these people dying in the beginning, and then after that there'll be, let's see, did we win this all in? No, of course not. And then maybe society will start actually rebuilding slowly but surely. But then, what are they got to do? They've got to start learning how to mine things. You know, we've got to think how many like materials go into making an iPhone, like even making the glass. Like people don't know, you know, like people are gonna have to get together and figure out how to make glass, how to make metal, how to build the diggers to extract metal out of the earth. You know, like all of these things, like build plastic, like that's so hard, and it's definitely not going to get done in a generation. And also you've got to imagine that life expectancy has been reduced like a shit ton. Those alone are enough reason why I think it would never happen. But furthermore, because it's going to be multiple generations before like society is even remotely able to start even starting to build like basic technology, that this idea is going to become little more than like an old story, right? Imagine like you're alive 500 years later after the event, and you're, you know, generations upon generations of sort of Chinese whispered down this story of, oh, there was once this device called an iPhone that you could talk into. You know, these are people who are living in caves. They're gonna be like, what? No, there wasn't. Yeah, no, it is, and we have to build it, and then like it'll return to this heaven that we don't actually know. And like people won't even believe in this pre-existing society because there's no evidence of it. And even if they believe, you know, maybe some will believe in it, but like there won't be. There won't be the critical mass of people needed to actually make everybody decide to necessarily go for this thing. Like, why would they? Like, and also, even more importantly, by the time society gets to the point, you know, like say some thousands of years, where it could conceivably start building some kind of telecommunication device, why would they? Like, they're already living in a good society by this point. Why would they then want to specifically break some spell, which is at this point nothing more than some like distant, ridiculous story that no one really like has any proof of, or so on? It's like saying, you know, I mean, most people don't take the stories in the Bible literally to heart. Like, you know, they're not even like, why would they want to leave their currently cushy society? Like, they're like, no, stuff's good. Why would we want to do this? We don't even know. So I think it will never happen. I think that's the right answer. I want to read some of your answers. Let's see what people are saying. People asking good questions. Do you only get one attempt in the iPhone still? Yeah, I believe so. That's never been clarified. I realise that probably trying to explain a long hypothetical situation over a Twitch stream is not the best thing. There's going to be a lot of viewers that jump in halfway through the conversation going, what the fuck is this girl talking about? That's how my stream is going to be, people. You don't like it, you can go watch any of the thousands of other streams that are on Twitch. I, for the most part, will be talking about stupid shit like this. Ooh, fresh draw. Iceblade question, if you're up a tower when this happens, do you fall to your death? Yes. Question is yes. Alright, let's talk about something else. Two pair. That's a good start. People saying I sound like a pothead right now. You don't have to be high to have an interesting conversation or an abstract conversation. I'm not a pothead. I need to bet this. Sapien lips. This is what happens when you get weird in a field. Yep. Oh, come on. Can I stop having just crappy river cards all the time? Please don't lead. My bet's so small. It's such a small bet. But they're like... I guess I'm beating... They could be blocker betting with like Queen Jack a lot. They would bet Queen Jack on the turn. They probably got like Jack 10. Oh, cool. 5 10s? Go away. I'm not here to talk strat. That's not what my stream's about. You want a strat stream? Go watch any of the other poker players that talk strat. It's not what my stream's about. Don't come in and complain or I'll just ban you. It's just annoying. Almost as straight. Got it. Ow. Really? We're just calling off with the old ace 10. It's pretty ambitious. It's a good debate you guys are having though. I like it. Very much. Alright, ask me more questions, please. What are we gonna get value out of? Not that much. Wow, you guys are really into the Brexit stuff. I should just put a note up on my Twitch homepage of my thoughts and advice. I think we should stay in Europe. Yes, very much so. The more and more I read about it, and the more knowledgeable people I speak to about it, the more the overwhelming consensus is that we need to stay, and it'd be very bad if we left. So, no to the Brexit. Fold. Ridgeroll asks, are you playing in Wasop this year? If so, what events do you plan on playing? Yep, I'll be there. I'm not going to go out for the whole thing. I'm just going to be there at the very, the middle to end, from like the 20th onwards. And I'm going to play the main, obviously, and just, I don't know, no real set schedule. Probably only going to play about 8 or so events. I'm not into the grinding anymore these days. Just jump in the odd live 20. I would normally 4-bet here because I got the ace blocker, but that's a really big 3-bet. Like, really, really big 3-bet. And I don't really know anything about this person, and from what I've learned from playing these games is that no one folds ever. Can you guys do me a favor and tell me how many viewers we have? Physics questions. Alright, what exactly is energy and why is it equivalent to mass? I've never been able to fully explain that one properly. I just know that it is. Queen, dama e dama. Raise. Alright, good luck. Nice. We might actually win this all in. That's nice. You guys are asking weird questions. Do you like romance? Who doesn't? Sure, if it's done well, yes. El Gonzo 1. Can't answer that out loud, but Slug Dog, can we talk about horses? Sure. You want to talk about horses? I know about horses. I was very into horses when I was a kid. I memorized all the horse breeds. I had a big book, and I could point them out usually. Marmite Man asks, do you think intelligent life on another planet would have had something similar to religion, or at least gone through a phase of having something similar to religion? Well, I mean, based upon observations, because we've only got ourselves to observe, I'd say yes, because, well, we did it, or we're still doing it, but I would like to think, because I'm not a big fan of religion, per se, because it's all based upon irrational, unprovable beliefs, and people put, wait, it's fine to, like, have hope for something, and you know, have a thing that unites us all. That's what I like about religion, like the idea of something that unites every single person with everything on earth. That's nice, you know, a feeling of unity. But people take these random beliefs that they've heard from someone else's grandmother who read it in a book somewhere, blah blah blah. Like, it's all based upon complete and utter irrationality, and that's bad generally, because it's just teaching people to think poorly, and then also people then, when they take it really seriously, they like do horrible stuff because of it, because they decide that their ideology, which is based not really upon any evidence, is the right ideology, and it's just silly. So I'd like to think that if there's other aliens out there, this is fun. Didn't 4-bet to fold it. Cool! This is fun. Isn't this nice? Come on, king. No. Alright, I've had enough. Cancel. To finish that point, yeah, if there've been other alien life out there that's been intelligent or is intelligent, it'd be nice to think that there have been some that didn't just... They're intelligent enough, fast enough to go, okay, we're not going to believe in irrational stuff and you know, live our lives by stuff that we have no proof or evidence for. Let's actually just be rational and reasonable and go about our, you know, make plans based upon what we've seen, based upon evidence, and try and build our society that way. It'd be nice to think that some sort of leapfrogged the irrationality stage, but we didn't. Humanity hasn't yet, but we're getting there. We're starting to get there. So yeah, good question. these questions. Horse-sized duck or duck-sized horses? We've had that one before. I would rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses. I think I'd still rather take the 100 duck-sized horses because although horses are nastier than, like, horses can hurt more than a duck, and 100 is a lot of little bitey kicky horses, so it would really hurt your legs. And they'd probably be comparatively as fast, because horses are much faster than humans, but if they were duck-sized, they'd probably be about as fast as a human, so you couldn't even run away from them that well. But a horse-sized duck, think how big its mouth would be, its beak. It'd probably just eat you in one go. So, I don't know. You guys are, whoa, big stuff. 1,600 viewers? Whoa! 1,600? It's huge. Whoa, okay, been lots of questions. Whoa, wow, what an amazing question. Rizzler UK asks, would you accept £10 million with the condition that if you do, a killer snail will slowly chase you for the rest of your days? If he catches you, the snail killer will kill you instantly. That's horrible. Like, think about it. Like, yeah, I would. My snap thing was like, yeah, of course, it's a snail. Like, I assume I can't kill the snail? The snail is just always permanently just really slowly coming after me. I mean, I've got to assume that as long as I know where the snail is from the beginning, then I would take it, because I'd be able to just fly to a different continent and be like, well, I'm okay. But I don't know, you need to work out how fast snails move. But that'd be really stressful. Imagine just like every time you go to sleep, what if the snail is just slowly creeping into your house? It's really, really creepy. Good question. Thank you. That was a very good one. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day, because, you know, I've had enough of the pokers and I'm getting tired, but this has been brilliant. Once again, it always is whenever we do this. Like, I don't do it very often, but you guys are always fantastic. You always have such interesting questions, good debate, you're funny, and I don't know, I really hope you enjoyed listening to me yammering on about various things. It's been nice to talk silently to my computer, which has ears, yeah, I hope we've all learned something. This has been really fun. I don't know when I'm going to stream next, but I will do it again, I can tell you that. And yeah, I will. Let me think. Any points? The usual blurb. I'm going to be at the Run It Up event in New Jersey. I believe I'm going to be in New Jersey from May 12th to May 15th, Atlantic City, for some cool PokerStarsy stuff. So if you guys are based there, I'm going to be there with Vanessa Selps, Jason Somerville. There's going to be some other team pros. We'll be doing some fun stuff, and I think there's going to be some meet and greets. So hopefully see you there. And otherwise, what other cool stuff? I'm going to go to Monaco. I'm going to Monaco next week for the grand final, which will be good. Love it there. And other plugs. Oh, check out my latest blog. I wrote a blog recently. I tweeted it. Go to my Twitter, you'll find it. Or go to my Facebook fan page and like it while you're at it. Thank you. And yeah, have a read. I want to be doing more writing. So feedback is very much appreciated. If you think it's shit, then tell me why. And you think it's good, also tell me why. And things that could be changed, improved, that kind of stuff. And similarly, yeah, always, you know, drop me a tweet or whatever, things to improve, ideas of things I could do with the Twitch stream, make it better. And yeah, this has been a huge pleasure. Thank you so much. I'll be back on again at some point, and hopefully, I think definitely within a month actually. So I'll hopefully speak to you all then. And till next time, lots of love to you all. And I'm going to do this awkward thing where I never know how to end the broadcast, and I might just completely cut it off too soon. Or I might just leave it running without realizing, and then you see me sitting here doing the things I do when I think no one's watching, which is actually not really any different to what I'm doing right now. Anyway, bye bye. Thank you. See you all soon.